It's almost that time. Get ready. Go get your popcorn. Go share. Go like and invite a friend. You did. Let's go.
What's good, man?
Talk to me nice.
Yeah, we back for another episode, man. Back for another episode. Shout out to everybody joining us today. This is Look in the Mirror, the conversation. I'm one of your co-hosts, Quay Price. We got our other co-hosts. Go ahead and tell them who you are, man.
Man, I'm King Jaquel Martin, man. I'm just happy to be in the building with your people. Hey, right now, do me a favor. Go like, go share, go subscribe, go ping a friend, get a friend up in here, you know what I mean? Get all this information out to the people. Everybody need to hear what we're talking about because we got a doozy today.
For sure. Let's say shout out to everybody joining us in the comments. Shout out to everybody watching the feed. We are live right now on Facebook and YouTube. So definitely come check us out, share out the show, spread the information. You know, bring your friends, bring your mama, bring your daddy. Let's say whoever you got with you, bring them by to check out what we're about to get into tonight. So let's hit these sponsors real quick, then we're gonna get right into this.
No. Before we pay them bills, before we pay them bills, Quay, I gotta pay homage. Yo, everybody in the audience, I need y'all to blow up Quay's.
Oh, you might be breaking up, man. Uh-oh. Might have lost Los.
Am I back? Am I good? I'm okay?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead, man.
Look at the devil trying to hate. Look, check this out, everybody on Facebook. All of our fans, everybody who love us. Yo, Quay show up every day, on time, dressed to impress. So what I need y'all to do is make sure this man get his roses. Y'all go blow up his inbox, his Facebook, the First Lady's Facebook, and y'all make sure y'all tell them happy anniversary. We got to give roses where roses is due. Happy anniversary to the Quay Price family. They're doing good things. They're showing love, black love, unity, and that's what I'm talking about. So shout out to the Quay Price family. You feel me? He holding it down for all of us. Let's go, Mr. Price.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, and everybody watching as well. And lots of happy anniversary to wifey. She's somewhere. She might pop up in a minute. But yeah, man, let's say we riding, doing our thing, man. So now we appreciate the love. We appreciate all the shout outs from everybody. Oh, look at this. She done popped up. Gosh, she popped up. She must have heard something. What's going on, Chloe?
Hey, I was trying to get connected.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought that you heard something. You popped up so quick. I thought you might have heard something.
Well, I caught the end of it. Yeah.
Give it up for the First Lady.
Thanks, Kim.
All right, let's get into this. Let me hit these sponsors real quick.
Hold on, Quay. I gotta give love to the First Lady. Tell her happy anniversary too. We love you. We appreciate you holding it down. Black love is beautiful. We proud of you. We all got many more years to come. So I just want to give you your love the same way I gave Quay Price's love because you deserve it just as well.
Thanks, King. I appreciate you.
For sure. All right, man. Let me hit these sponsors, man. We gotta keep this time, man. Let me hit these sponsors, man. All right. Let's say once again, shout out to everybody joining us tonight. We're gonna hit these sponsors, then we're gonna get into this. All right, so shout out to our first sponsor, Two Sons Juice Co. This is a cold pressed juice company based in Metro Detroit. All natural, no preservatives. Basically, the fruit blends, the veggie blends, you name it. So definitely go check them out. The number Two Sons JuiceCo.com. The number Two Sons JuiceCo.com. Now, our second sponsor, A War on Friendly Grounds. This is our own King Jaquel book. Queen King Jaquel Martin's book right here, 5-star rated on Amazon. Let's say he has the short film that has been hitting all the film festivals, getting award after award. So definitely go check him out and support this brother. A War on Friendly Grounds.com. A War on Friendly Grounds with an S.com.
Hey, Quay, guess what?
Go ahead, man.
We just got another one. Yeah, we out there at FLA. We just got another one, another film festival in Florida, man. We just finished as a finalist. We moving up, you know what I'm saying? We got like 27 more to go. So it's just God just opening doors, and we're grateful, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, man. Like I said, you put in that work, man, and that thing manifests and grows and just turns into what it needs to be, man. So no, shout out to that, man. Shout out to the cast and crew as well for supporting the project. And yeah, man, that thing is doing what it needs to do, man. No doubt.
Hey, now to keep it 100, what y'all don't know is we didn't get into 42 of them. We got into 21 so far, but we didn't get into 42. You feel me? So we going through our nose to get to our yeses, but man, it's so worth it, bro, because I never thought that I would have any film festivals to be put in the first place. So I'm grateful for the no's and the yeses. Y'all got to be grateful as part of success, man. Y'all got to understand that part of the formula. You feel me?
For sure. No, I definitely agree with that, man. Definitely agree with that. All right. So I see we got Shirley Ann down there. Chloe on the show as well. So we got the topic for tonight. And the topic for tonight, let's see, we kind of looped it together is let's talk disrespect and empowerment. So yeah, Los, actually I want you to kind of kick this off, man. So I know you shot me a little message. So yeah, give me a little context, man, so we can get into this. So what did you come across, or what did you see, man, that kind of go ahead, man.
I guess my man Kevin had a little platform where he was allowing other women from other races to be able to be disrespectful to Black women, and was making a comparison between their race and Black women and the differences. And here's my thing: every race has issues, and I hate how it always seems to be glorified when it comes to Black women. And so I wanted to talk to Black women in general, but especially Black women, about how they feel like they're being disrespected on all these different platforms through social media, not just by social media, but by men. And also at the same time, I want to be able to talk about the opposite side of that, because it ain't just everyone being disrespectful to them, but how can we make sure that we show them the support and love and empower them just as well? You know what I mean? Because sometimes I know we always address the problems, but we need to get to the solutions. And in order to get back to the solutions, I want to hear from the ladies and what the ladies have to say from their perspective of what's going wrong, you know what I mean? And how can brothers who want to continue doing the right thing continue to step up their game to another level, to show them that we do appreciate them, that they are supported, and that they are loved.
Okay, I feel that. So let me put this question out directly to the audience. I said, if we've got any ladies in the audience, even on the panel as well, do the ladies feel disrespected? So I want to put it out there like that. Do the ladies feel disrespected? Do you feel like, or better yet, let me rephrase that. We're gonna go ahead and take it there.
We're going with the smoke. We're going with the smoke, because I know where you're about to go with it. We're going with the smoke. Give them the smoke, Quay.
Yeah, let me take it there. So do you feel like the fellas allow you to be disrespected?
First lady set up. She done set up. It's about to come. Get ready for the fingers, y'all. Get ready. Here we go.
I mean,
Nicole, we ain't seen you in a while, and the first thing you want to do is hop on with smoke.
Okay, hold on. So Nicole responded first. I'm gonna let you go, Chloe. Nicole responded first. Nicole, I need you to either pop up on here, or I need you to tell me why. I need to know why you feel like the brothers is letting you be disrespected. All right, go ahead, Chloe.
I want to hear it too. I mean, I think it also depends on, I feel like there's layers to this particular question. I'm gonna answer it though, but I do feel like there's layers. Like, I do think at times men don't speak up and aren't as protective as they should be over their women. Just in comparison, right? So like you'll see certain communities, and like you said, Ken, you already said that each community will have their issues. So it's not like really only one with some type of issue. But you'll notice certain, men, they just won't let you, like you guys, for instance, and this is a little off topic, but still relates. Like as a Black man, you can't go to a Hispanic community and talk to Hispanic women without the men around being like, nah, not over here, bro. Like
Right.
you also wouldn't go into a um, Eastern Indian community and think you're gonna be up in there talking to their women without the men being like, having a real problem with it, and maybe even saying something to you about it. Same thing like Muslim community, Arab community. Like you're not gonna go in their community and talk to their women. They don't even agree with that. Like that's the kind of stuff that'll get one of their women disowned by their families. Like they just don't support it. However, um, they got their stores all up in our communities, and Black women are getting hit on by Arab men all the time. And Black men is in the store, they coming in getting their cigarettes and they backwoods and they lottery tickets, and they don't say nothing. That are not a word. They have nothing to say. It ain't their business, right? So obviously, I'm not speaking for every single Black man, because some Black men do speak up, and some Black men, make their feelings about this subject, known. So I'm not speaking about every single Black man, but if we're talking in general, then I would say, yeah, there are times where the protection, the covering, we've talked about this before, is just not there. It's just not there. But I'm more interested in like, why, first of all, understanding why, and then how do we get past that? Like, how do we try to fix that somehow? Like, how do we try to repair that? Because we can talk about it being an issue, which it is, all day long, but like, why is it an issue, and how do we fix it? Right? Like, I think I'm more interested in that. And I would like to know other women's opinion, because I'm not as maybe out and don't have the same amount of experiences maybe. So I would like to see what other women think about that. Now, are we talking about men? Because then that's why I said there's layers, because you have the side where our men aren't protecting us as far as other men are concerned. And then you have the side of it where our Black men aren't protecting us when it comes to other races or nationalities, just in general. So I feel like there's layers to this conversation. So I feel like we could take this really in a couple different ways.
Yeah, well, I think like I said, the original piece that we were trying to dig into is, do y'all feel like brothers are allowing y'all to be disrespected, right? So I think that would, the scenario that you gave about the basically about the corner store, the liquor store, right? That definitely falls in that scenario, right? So we have situations where, the store owners are trying to, whatever you want to call it, trying to holler at the Black women that come in the store. And sometimes it's, I don't know if you can call it respectful, but sometimes it's, friendly, whatever you want to call it, and sometimes it's not, right? But to your point, fellas won't say anything. Like you said, it's not their business, or it's not their problem. And to dig into that piece right there, right? So I think that's a part of it. We have a lot of fellas, and this is just my opinion. We have a lot of fellas that have taken this hands-off position. And that's not just pertaining to the disrespect of our women, but to a lot of things, right? So we take this hands-off position, and we don't want to involve ourselves in anything that we probably do need to engage on. So I think that's part of the issue. The other thing I want to touch in that is, I feel like I said, this thing can go so deep. I know we don't even have enough time in the day to get into this thing fully, but I feel like there is I feel like we are out of sync, right? So Black women and Black men, I feel like we are out of sync. And because of that, we don't look at each other with the same level of respect. Let me just call it that. So I feel like because that out of sync, situation is current in a lot of our interactions, neither one of us is worried about the other person or the other sex, if you will. So, you know, it's easy to turn a blind eye to stuff that is going on with, you know, each of us, and just chalk it up to the game. Like we don't even engage on it or try to push it or, you know, like I said, folks can just see something happening and it's like they won't even touch it. And you know, and I've heard all the excuses, you know, some might go down, that's not my business, or excuse me, that ain't my girl, or all this nonsense, right? But I feel like that division or that lack of sync exists as well. So I feel like that plays into that issue as well. And then the other thing is, I have to ask this question because I see so many examples of this out on the web. And I said, I know things can be a little misleading on the web, but I've seen this a lot. And it's going to trigger me to ask this question. You know, like I said, if you have any females in the audience, once again, on the panel, please answer this question to join in on this question. Is, do a lot of ladies even want the help? Or do they even want the interaction or the engagement from the male in those situations? Yeah, so that's another question I have to put out there as well, because I said I've seen enough examples of that type of thing where you will have some men step in and engage on a situation, and then the young lady's like, I didn't need your help. I ain't need you to do that. So
Yeah,
we got that thing going on as well.
I think it depends, right? Like we've seen, like, I would think that the situations you're talking about where like I need your help was maybe more like in a situation where maybe, you know, it's the situation where the couple is maybe out somewhere in public and they're arguing, or it looks like the dude is getting a little aggressive and maybe the man jumps in and she like, I want you to help me, you know, or whatever. Like I can see that scenario. And I guess you have to take that case by case, because if you treated it all the same, then, you know, there might be a woman that might really need your help in that moment. And, you know, you decide to be, you know, like stay out of it. And she really, you know, she would have appreciated some assistance. So it's difficult. I don't envy you guys for being in that position because it's not easy. It's not easy. Like it really isn't easy to know what to do these days in situations like this. Like it really isn't. But at the end of the day, I feel like you almost have to decide who you are and how you're going to be, and you just need to apply that. I feel like that's kind of where we are. Like we're at that point where you kind of have to decide, I'm a stand-up guy and this is just what I do. And so I'm just going to be who I am. And maybe there might be some times where I might bite you in the behind. And then there's some times where, you know, it ends up, you know, doing what you intend. So I just think it just is one of those situations where I feel like your first thought should always be to protect. Like that should just be your first thought. To just be to protect. Because Black women do want to be protected by you guys. Even if we act like we're strong and we're independent and we don't need you guys, the truth is we want to be protected and covered by you guys. We need that. Black women are strong and we are great and we can do it. But at the same time, we are women as well. And women were meant and intended to have you guys' protection and covering. So I think you were talking earlier about like the brokenness, or there's some type of disconnect. And I think that's part of it. You know, Black women not being able to feel protected or not being able to feel like we can count on you guys for our covering. I think that's part of the disconnect. We start to kind of that builds up this distrust. And I think that contributes to it.
Okay. Come on, Nicole.
Nicole, where the smoke at? Go on, bring the smoke.
You gotta unmute yourself.
I don't have that much smoke.
No, you got some smoke. You answer quick.
What? I saw it.
You're like, yes.
Oh my God.
So do you like I said, do you think the brothers are allowing y'all to be disrespected? How you feeling about that?
I do believe so. I feel like there's a lot of more of the behavior of yeah, I'm not gonna speak on it. She got it. You know, a lot of B personality stuff going on.
Wait, hold on. You
Look, you see how she trying to throw that little jab in there? Look, quick jab, look, quick jab. You know what I mean?
Ooh-wee. Okay. All right.
B,
I saw
B
you slip that in
personality.
there.
Sound like she's trying to say something else, but she said personality behind it. Who my face is? My
Yeah,
face is.
terrible.
My face
Oh
is.
man.
B personality. My face itch.
Oh my God. Can't tell.
Sound like that's
Yeah.
what she was trying to say. I got you, Nicole. I'm gonna translate. Itch. All right. Go ahead, Nicole. B personality. Itch.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
No,
I'm
I
just saying
think
my face
I think
itch.
she
'Cause
was
you said
good,
B.
man. She got it out. She said what she wanted to say, man. She got it out, man. Okay, Nicole. All right. Yeah, no. Go
I
ahead,
would have
Los.
to agree. I would have
So,
to. I think there is a lack of accountability on men and stepping up to the plate and checking our brothers. But I want to see what Miss Shirley Ann has to say before I go in. Miss Shirley Ann.
So I say that I agree with Chloe. It depends on every situation. And sometimes when a woman says, I don't need your help, she's really saying, I want you to help me. So you gotta it's a risque situation, especially if it's involving, other people in their situations and you, the male, excuse me, have to decide what it is that you're willing to risk, if anything, if you tend to insert yourself in a situation. But most certainly, Black females desire and want to be protected by their Black men. I'll make it personal. I do as a Black woman, and I believe that is the case for most Black women. However, there are some that, be it because of hurt or distrust or just because they've had to fend for themselves so long, they've been brainwashed to believe that they don't have a need for you when technically they really do. So sometimes we as women, we send mixed signals. You guys got to be the one to be able to interpret that smoke signal and know if we really do need and want your help. And then it's okay to ask, hey, how can I help you? Not do you want my help? But how can I help you as well? Another way to shape that question and maybe to get her to open up and allow you to assist. I'm done.
So Shirley, I got a question. So one of your opening points in the statement that you made was, even though the lady is telling you she don't need your help, what she's really saying is she need your help. Why are we playing them type of games? Like, if you need a man's help, why can't you just say I need your help? Like, why are we doing, like you said, why are we doing smoke signals when we already having communication issues? Why we just can't get right to it?
What you laughing about, Nicole? What you laughing about, Nicole?
Because I've done it.
I
I
think,
catch me in rare form right now. I'm like really honest.
yeah, but I think also too, Nicole, you can vouch for if this fits you or not. Sometimes it's not established that it's okay to have that conversation, to say that. Sometimes I think you guys send mixed signals to us, and or she may not feel comfortable in saying, hey, I need your help, because of stuff maybe you have nothing to do with. Maybe it could be because how she was raised or the way she grew up and the way people washed her face with different things or whatever. And she doesn't know how to overcome that situation. I'm not making any excuses. Like I say, Nicole says, it kind of hit her right, spot on. But I know for myself, sometimes if I'm like trying to ponder, okay, so how do I say this? Because I really want help with this. But if I say it like this, is it going to be received the way I need it to be said? Or, how is he or she, in particular, say he, going to respond if I make myself to a point where I'm vulnerable to say, yeah, I want you to help me? Because there's this myth that Black women are strong and we don't need your help, or we don't want your help, but that's just what it is, a myth. So Nicole, why don't you jump in since you like can really identify with it?
Sure. So if I'm gonna add my personal experience on it, I have done it for sure. And the reason why why are you shaking your head?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've definitely done
Every
it.
woman done did it.
I've done it for sure, and it's from my perspective. I've done it because I probably did not. I definitely didn't feel comfortable asking. Um, and I mean, depending on the person, maybe they have probably shown me something where I feel like, all right, I don't feel like you would do it. Um, yeah, I mean, those are definitely some solid points why I've done it for
Yeah.
sure.
Like I think it's important to keep that in mind too. Like I'm glad you said that, Shirley, because I probably wouldn't have gotten there on my own if you guys hadn't said that. But that's important too. Like a woman has to feel comfortable. She has to feel comfortable enough in a relationship, even if it's a friendship, even if it's a friendship. She has to feel comfortable enough in the relationship with you to feel like she can bring that. Because when you admit that you need help, there's a level of vulnerability that you have to come with. And it's already difficult for Black women to be vulnerable anyway. It's hard for us because we sometimes, and I'm only speaking in general, guys, I'm not speaking for every woman alive, but we sometimes feel like we have to keep up that persona that Black women are strong and that we can do it all and that we can juggle a dozen things and we can make it work because we're Black women and we're powerful and we're strong, right? So sometimes with keeping up that persona, um, we don't always want to show vulnerability. We don't always want to show that we need you, we need help. It becomes a pride thing at times. So we don't want to. So what we're hoping is, and I'm just gonna say it. I know y'all not gonna be feeling this as guys, and I understand. But so sometimes we want you guys to be a bit more intuitive to our needs. Like we want
Oh
you.
God, here we go.
No,
Here we go.
we want you asked. I'm answering the question. We want
I'm
you
giving
guys
you
to
something.
see us struggling, to see it and go, she looked like she's struggling. Like, let me go help her. Instead of seeing us struggling and going, she got it, because she would tell me if she didn't. And it's like every woman is not gonna tell you because it's hard for her to admit her vulnerabilities. And it's sometimes she doesn't feel comfortable because she doesn't know where you sit. Like she doesn't know if you're the kind of guy that would be like, "Oh, I got you. Don't worry, what you need," or if you're the kind of guy that's gonna be like
Can
I'm
y'all
in,
use can y'all use that same intuition, Chloe? Can y'all use that same intuition? Can that
like
intuition be used in
Yeah, but
reverse?
yeah, I think so. But just to tag with Chloe, um, I think some of it comes back to what is your response when she makes herself vulnerable enough to expose that she needs you? Are you compassionate and empathetic enough to go, okay, babe, you know what, I got it, and she never has to hear it again? Or is it she's got to be taunted a little bit about,
Okay.
well, I thought you was this and you was that, blah, blah, blah. So when
Which
people
is
come
fair.
at you like that, for
Mhm.
me, speaking for self, then
Okay.
for the most part, you ain't gonna know I need your help. I'm gonna just make it do what it's got to do. What it's
Can
got to
I
do.
can I ask that in
boom.
reverse back to you, Miss Shirley? Can I ask that
Say
back in
again?
reverse? Well, when we come to you vulnerably saying, "Hey, can I help you? Can I do this for you?" Genuinely, and then you reject us, you don't think that possibly might not want us to be as free or as vulnerable to want to offer the same type of help when we're doing it? You're rejecting us, or you throw it in our face, or we get into an argument, we call it out a name, soft this, that, and the other. You don't think that makes a brother not want to do the same type of act of kindness?
Oh, absolutely. And the truth of the matter is, it requires work for effective communication. And when those type things happen, we ought to be able to not project it back, but somebody say, hey, when I came to you or you offered, and the way you responded, or I felt this way because of how you responded the way to me, or or I really want to say this to you, but in my brains made it real complicated. Because I think sometimes as women we can be complicated also unnecessarily because we
Yeah,
just overthink.
yeah,
We
I
overthink.
yeah.
mean, why are y'all using the word vulnerable?
Because it can be for me to be vulnerable
You
to
can be
open
vulnerable.
up and say something, especially depending on how you come at me. If I'm saying something to you,
Yeah,
respond.
that's
You can be vulnerable when you come to us,
right.
for that matter.
Right. When somebody vulnerable, basically, when somebody is exposing their feelings, like their true feelings, that's where the vulnerability comes from, right? When you lift the veil, when you lift the mask, when you're no longer trying to have this hard exterior, when you no longer, you know what I'm saying, got your armor on, and you take all of it off and put it to the side, and you say, "This is how I really feel. This is, where I'm really at." That's what we mean when we say like vulnerability.
Also, so that don't mean picking up your groceries or something like that. So that's not vulnerable. That's just an action.
Say one more time. What did you say, Charles?
I'm just saying, y'all said it's an emotional to be vulnerable, but when y'all was describing it, y'all was talking about opening the doors or picking up groceries or something, like you was referring to it as an action and not an emotion. That's why I was kind of confused.
We're saying like we're saying when sometimes it's hard for us to be vulnerable, like it's hard for us to show our emotion, it's hard for us to admit that we need help. Sometimes it's hard for us to come to you guys and say, I actually am struggling and I actually need help, because a lot of times we don't want to admit that, right? There's a little bit of pride involved there. Plus, we don't always feel comfortable coming to you guys based off maybe if we feel like we have that level of relationship with you that we can do that. That's where we were coming from with that.
Okay, so it's not y'all just uncomfortable for asking for help. So it's not being vulnerable. It's just y'all don't want to ask for help when y'all need help.
Well, yeah, because the vulnerability comes from the fact that you're exposing yourself. Where that stems from is Black women are given this stigma, right? Like that we're super powerful, we're super strong, like we can do everything, we can juggle a thousand things, like you give us something, we can take care of, we got it handled. And even though all of those things are true, at the end of the day, we are strong and we can handle things and we are great and all of those things. We are those things, but we're also still women, and women are emotional creatures. So like where you guys might be a bit more logical, we tend to be a bit more emotional. That's just our genetic makeup. It's not a handicap. It's just how we are. So we built up this tough exterior though, just having to exist in this society the way that it is. So sometimes it's hard to put that to the side and say to a man when a lot of this tough exterior we built up against you guys as a defense mechanism. So it's hard to sometimes take that away and go, I actually need you after all. Like I actually do need you. Like it's hard to admit that.
See, I can tell you this. I think the first person that taught me not to ask for help was a woman. You know what I'm saying? A man don't ask another man for nothing. But then it took a man to tell me it's not a shame for a man to ask another man for help when he needs help. It's only a fool won't ask for help. You see what I'm saying? So your perception is forced on the men that don't ask for help. And then y'all carry that perception to yourselves. And then guess what? That's not our fault.
But see, I don't disagree with you. I mean, basically, that's what we're saying. What we're saying is because we've had to build up this tough exterior, and we have this almost stigma that follows us about this tough persona. Then yeah, we will. We will train that to our sons. We'll teach that to our sons because that's all we know, right? And this is not defending it. It's just what happens. Like we'll teach that to our children. So with all of that, that is what we're saying. That's what makes it difficult for us to come to men and say we actually need the help, because that is what we're carrying around. We're carrying all of that around.
Because when I watched Ray Charles, I watched Ray Charles, and I remember when he was going blind, and his mom told him, "You're not gonna be no charity case." You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna ask nobody help. So she instilled this strong will to move past his disability to be a man. You see what I'm saying? At the same time, like I said, it's like, to me, it's like the men don't have a problem helping women. It's just the women have the problem of receiving the help from the men. You see what I'm saying? You teach us to be men, and then when we are men, then you be like, he should know. No, closed mouths don't get fed, right? That's the greatest thing in the world.
Okay, but here's the thing, and me and you can go back and forth about this all night. Here's the thing with that. Men have to stop doing this just like women have to stop doing that. So that women have to stop doing is expecting you guys to always be able to read us emotionally because we're emotional creatures. We have to stop doing that, right?
Uh-oh, she freeze up.
Got it.
Okay, sorry. And men have to stop wanting women to be logical when that's just not how we're built. So you guys want us to just give it to you the same way you give it to us. You can't keep expecting us to communicate the way that you communicate. We have a completely different communication. And I told my husband this 1,000 times. It's like he just don't understand. We have a completely different communication. No, I mean this for real. Like, I'm just saying in practice, you guys don't get it. That's why T Prince is saying this to me now. We will not communicate to you guys the way you want us to. We won't. The sooner you guys just accept that we're different. We are not going to talk to you the way your dudes talk to you. We don't have that capacity or desire. Everybody has a different communication language. You cannot expect us to talk to you the same way your mans talk to you. And women, no, we aren't right to expect you guys to just be able to read us all the time. Like, you guys, that's not how you guys are. So while me and Nicole can be talking, and she might just be able to pick up something off of me, right? Because she's more emotionally inclined. I'm more emotionally inclined. So we could be talking, and she'd be like, "Girl, I feel exactly what you're saying. I already know." But that's because our communication styles may be more similar. You guys, you can't expect us to be able to communicate the same way you guys communicate. We just don't do that, right? So what a woman might do is she might, and you can dislike this all you want, but it's the truth. A woman, what she might do is she might test the waters. She's trying to see if you're someone who she can trust, right? And in this sense, I think this is not a bad idea, because you don't always want, especially when you're just getting to know a person, to come right out and ask them point blank, period, because sometimes people will lie, especially when they still showing you the best versions of themselves in the very beginning. They might not be honest with you when you ask them that question. So what you do as a woman, because it's a protection mechanism, is you test them, right? So then you might do it with something small. She might say, "Oh, my car is making like this sound, it's like knocking or something. I don't know what it is. So I guess I'm gonna have to take it to the shop." And she expecting you to be like, "Oh, your car, well, let me go ahead and what's going on? Let me go check it out. Cause it might be, I might be able to, do something for you, whatever. Let me go, your car messed up. Oh, you gotta take it to the shop. I don't really know nothing about cars, but I'll take it to the shop for you. I'll go with you, you know what I'm saying? So make sure they don't, try to get one over on you." Like, that might be a way that a woman might be able to see, okay, is this somebody that I can rely on if something happened, if I needed something? At that point, her car obviously is something that if she really needs to take it to the shop, she knows she can figure that out. But she's testing the waters, right? She's trying to see, is this a man that has that mindset that he's going to be like, "Oh no, I don't want her going over there by herself. They might be trying to tell her all some crazy old stuff or something like that. No, I'll go with her, or I'll take it, or let me listen to it. I maybe can tell you what's going on with it." Like, a woman might test you in that manner to see you know, if you're that kind of man that thinks like that, to and I'm just giving that as one example. That's all I could come up with on the fly.
Can't counter that.
But that is what I'm saying. And if you don't give a favorable response, that woman might not feel as comfortable the next time telling you, oh, my faucet leaking, or oh, you know, my rent is due, and you know, I had to get my car fixed. I had to get my car fixed, so I don't have the money for it. You know, I'm short a couple hundred. Like, she might not want to come to you if you didn't give a favorable response, because now she might feel like you not in tune. You ain't gonna help her. She can't.
But here's my issue with that, right? Because the guys who do all of that, girl, I got him wrapped around my fingers. He this, he that. You know what I'm saying? When a person does want to do all these different type of things.
No, not everybody. No, that's not everybody. That is not everybody.
No.
First of all, hey, y'all can call it how you want to call it. I never said it was everybody, but don't act like y'all don't know nobody who don't act this way. How about that?
Listen, though. This is the funny thing.
Y'all got plenty of dudes out there that want to do the right thing, that is doing the right thing, and that ain't the dude that you want. You know why? Because he's corny. He's boring. Oh, he's the nice guy. Nice guy spinning slack. He's this, he's that, and it's all these other things. So it's a double standard, because when dudes do that, that ain't the dude you want. You want Tyrone. You want the hardhead. You want the one that's exciting. You want the one that's fun. You want the one that's gonna talk to you any type of way. So y'all,
what one are you talking about? Because it's you're talking about a specific type of woman.
Hey,
look. All I'm saying is, you got a lot of times where y'all send double messages that mean the same thing. Yeah, some of y'all probably do want that. Some of y'all probably is looking for that. But sometimes y'all don't want that, because then when a person do that, it's a double standard. It works kind of both ways. So when a guy does want to say, hey, can I help you? Right? And he does want to look out. You know what I'm saying? And he is being vulnerable. Then he's looked at as soft, weak. You get into an argument. You call him out his neck. Stop shaking your head like women ain't never done this before. We telling y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Cause you lied. Why you lied?
I'm lying? You don't watch TV? You don't watch Instagram? You don't see this every day?
That's your problem. For example, Instagram. Instagram is not real life.
Bottom line is, real life, on video, you got people who act like this. You got people who get spoiled, and then swear to God, they got a man wrapped around their fingers.
Okay.
Likes.
Okay, but
and that's the type of female he chose. They got nothing to do with me.
Capping.
But hold on, no. See, first of all, first and foremost, I don't cap ever, because capping is like lying, and I don't do that. The devil is a liar. So now let's go back to what I was going to say.
Everybody done lied, and you
I was going to say, the devil is a liar, and don't put that on me. Now, what I was going to say, what I was going to say, when I was in sin, I was doing a whole lot of stuff. But what I was going to say was that you saying that about that
I'm saying that about some, not all women. I'm not saying this is a one fit all. I'm saying that certain times,
right,
certain
but what I'm saying, okay, but let me just give you some. Here's something to think about. You saying that about women is like us saying that about all guys not wanting to protect women.
But notice what you said. Notice what I said. I never said all women.
When we know, we're speaking in general. But even I admitted in general that I don't believe that it's all guys. I don't even think I don't even believe it's the majority of all guys.
I said that already.
Yeah, no, that's not what you just
said. I did.
You made comments like
all women. I never said every woman.
Like, all of y'all know a girl. All of y'all know. When you say stuff like all of y'all know a girl, did you not say that? I'll tell you. Y'all don't know about. All of y'all, it's all over Instagram. It's all over.
So you don't know a person.
No.
You don't know one woman in your whole life that has never said, "I got a man wrapped around my fingers."
No, it's not happening.
You've never heard one girl in your whole life say, "I got a simp."
Hold on. We got a guest. Hold on. We got a new guest on the show. We got Gerald B on the show. What's going on, Gerald?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Doing well.
We're having a little bit of fun.
I got something to say though.
Go ahead, T Prince.
listen to this. I got to respond to that test stuff because I like that test stuff because that was right on with test. But you know what? When the men test y'all about the cooking and stuff, y'all get offended. Don't you think we get offended when you try to test about our wallet? You know what I'm saying? Don't you think we get the same offense? Y'all don't like us testing about the kids. You gonna test about our wallet? You know what I'm saying? What?
See, Prince, get off this laugh. I don't want you up here right
now. Y'all something else.
Look, Nicole, don't you sit back there and act like you ain't never met nobody, no chick who's ever called a dude a simp, whoever said nice guys finish last, who ain't never took advantage of no guy's kindness or anything else like that. Don't act like that ain't a real category of women who do that.
Right, but that was my point. I said it sounds like you're talking about a specific type of woman, and it sounds like that's the type of woman that he chose. And
Whoa.
don't act like dudes don't look and see them type of women.
Wait.
That type of women.
I'm glad you said the word chose. So what type of dudes y'all choose?
We're not talking about that right now, are we?
Y'all crazy. No, man. So let me present a question to the new guest on the show. Gerald, you still with us, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
So I got a question, man. We just took a little turn for a quick minute, but I'm gonna come back and just present the question, the topic question to you real quick. You just let me know your thoughts, man.
Get us grounded, Quay. Get us grounded, Quay. We got to get grounded again.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like, or do you see instances where brothers allow sisters to be disrespected? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, seen it quite a bit. I don't know why that happens. I guess it has to me, when you think about it, really, it has a whole lot to do with that man's upbringing. Where he was, how he was raised, what morals and values were instilled, and what principles he had. Sometimes dudes lack that, and it's not their fault sometimes, because sometimes they're not taught that. I was raised to be a protector, so I always wanted a black woman to feel comfortable around me, not the fact that I was gawking at her or, sizing her up, and just to be comfortable, that she was safe around me. That's the way I was raised.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right, I feel that. Appreciate that, man.
Gerald, you ain't never sized no woman up. You ain't never just looking like she fine.
Go ahead, see, Chris. You want to say something?
Yeah,
Thank you, Gerald.
I have, but at the same time, because to catch yourself and to check that thought, shows that you've learned how to master yourself, as a man, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, yeah, I've done it. Now, I should. In my younger years, yeah, I was quite terrible with that, but as I gotten older, I remember what was taught to me, I remember what my mother said to me, because, a woman really shows the man how to be a gentleman, that comes from a woman, so it's like it's a back and forth thing. I mean, for me, that's how I learned, so I open and close doors. I walk up the steps behind her, not to look at her butt, but to make sure that she slips. I'm there to make sure I'm the catcher
I
fall.
do both. I ain't gonna lie. I do both. I look and I walk behind and protect.
Yeah, I think that's a perk. That's a perk. That's one of the perks of it.
Okay, I feel that.
But yeah, like I said, it all depends on how that man was raised.
Okay.
Some dudes just don't have it. And like I said, it's not their fault. They just weren't taught.
My mama on the show. She know I do both. Go on, baby. I got you.
All right, go ahead. We appreciate it, Gerald. Hold tight, man. Go ahead, see Prince.
I like to answer that question myself too.
Go ahead.
I ain't never seen a woman disrespected.
Okay. We listen.
I understand that. I have never seen a woman disrespected. Because guess what? Just because you 36, 56, whatever your age is, don't make you a woman. Understand this. This woman, like, a woman will not be disrespected. Period. The pretend women that we think that are women, just because you got a kid and a job and stuff, don't make you a woman. Because guess what? If your mental state is still as an adolescent youth, that's what you are. Your age might reflect something else. Like, I'm 36 years old, but you act like you're 18 or 14. Because guess what? I have never seen a grown woman be disrespected. Understand this? I have not.
I beg to differ, though. I mean, I agree with what you're saying in the sense that some women, some females who are of a age who they should be considered women, but they don't act that way. I can totally agree with you on that. The part that I don't understand, though, and maybe you can expand on it. The part that I don't understand is even a grown woman, even a woman who carries herself well, a woman who, has respect for herself, can still come across an ignorant man who can be disrespectful to her. And she didn't do anything. What did she do? What did she do to command that disrespect? She could be walking down the street on her way to the store or somewhere, just minding her own business. And a dude walk across the street, like Gerald was just saying how he treats women with respect, but not every man does that. A man could literally be, see her, think she attractive, and instead of him approaching her respectfully, he could say something, derogatory to her. And she didn't do anything to bring that on herself. She just walking down the street going to the store, especially if she, like minding her own business. So this could be a grown woman, someone who does carry herself with respect. So I don't understand that part about the whole connection between a woman who acts immature.
Charles capping.
Because guess what? Just because, do you think a comment that somebody comes out their mouth is more disrespectful for themselves or the person they direct it towards?
It's still disrespectful.
Hold on, the man is disrespecting himself because he don't know how to approach a woman. Understand that, and his only response is to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, I see women being disrespected, and when they respond, they check that man, and then guess what? The other men that's there, they won't allow that to continue. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said I haven't seen a woman be disrespected because guess what? A woman won't put herself in a situation in public to be disrespected.
No.
Ignorant. I love you.
Listen,
I've known you since I was 15 years old. But guess what, Charles?
I can't talk on your behalf.
We need a
cap.
About
my instance.
Hold on, Charles.
You can talk about your behalf.
Hold on, Charles.
Quay. My circle don't do that.
You in my circle. I know you. I've known you since I was 15 years old. Wait, we need a clap sound effect. We need a clap sound effect. I want you to work on that.
Oh, no. Because you was 15 years old, Los. You ain't never seen no one be disrespected. I don't do that.
It's different if you said you don't be disrespectful.
But they don't come in my circle.
But bro, we've been in the military. We've been on Fort Jackson. Fort Richardson in Alaska, and we've seen people get disrespected. So we're not gonna act like women don't get disrespected. We're not gonna act like black women. Yeah, hold on. Mute everyone.
You can't talk about their job.
Mute.
Hold on, man. Go ahead, Los. Go ahead, man.
We're not gonna act like black women aren't culturally appropriated. We're not going to act like black women are disrespected. We're not going to act like athletes don't get on yachts and be like, ain't no black women allowed, and then be on yachts with a whole bunch of other races or whatever else and be disrespectful to black women. We're not going to act like we don't have a huge issue with this in America. We're not going to act like Kevin Samuels sometimes don't open up his platform and is disrespectful towards black women. We're not going to act like there's no rap songs that's disrespectful towards black women. We're not going to act like the music, the radio, and everything about America has a disrespect towards a black woman. We're not going to do that. I love you. You're my man, but we're not doing that. Period.
Hold on, man. Let me get this comment, man. So y'all got my sister up in this room right now.
Let me give this one question though.
Go ahead.
Said this. I said a woman. You turned it to a color. I didn't turn it to color. I said a woman. Black, white, Chinese stuff. I said I haven't seen a woman. You put it on. Now, if you say black women in Pacific, I can say you're right. But I said, no. Hold on, because you put a category on it. You know what I'm saying? I said women in general that I seen that I be around.
Black women in general.
Hold on. No. But you made it a color. I thought we was talking about women.
All right, hold on, C Press. Hold on.
Woman,
Hold
women,
on,
black,
man.
white,
Hold on.
Asian, orange, Oriental, Chinese chicken. I don't care. Disrespect is disrespect. And black women be getting disrespected. We ain't gonna have you on this show acting like black folks don't be getting disrespected. Now pass the
Wait a
chicken.
minute. So
Go
we
ahead,
gotta
Jamila.
we gotta address that, man. So wait. So are you trying to exclude black women from the women category? Is that what you're doing, C Prince?
No, I didn't do that. I said he was being specific, talking about ones. I said women in general. I didn't say. Now, if we talk about black women, I'll be like, oh yeah, there's a lot of disrespect towards black women. But guess I'm not knocking it what he's saying, but I'm saying when I said the statement, I made a general statement. He made it as a well. We're gonna talk about black women.
Tomato.
I didn't say that, and I didn't say black women. I did not say.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you. So let me pull it back. So the black women are included in the general women category. Yeah. So okay. So I said that disrespect. So it does exist, man. Let me get this comment real quick. Let's see. Jamila Price said, "Nah, sir." She said, "I'm not setting myself up for disrespect. No, sir. No, sir." And then she's right on with that. She's right on with that. Yeah, man. I don't know. We got a lot. There's a lot. I'm hearing a lot mixed in to this situation. We got some fellas not offering to help or offering to engage or intercept on these situations. We got some ladies not wanting to help because they still got the strong independent thing going on, so they don't want no help. We got Nicole over here. Well, that's a whole nother story, but we'll talk about that later. So we got a lot going on. Let's say we got fellas and how they were raised.
No, stop the show. What I do?
I didn't say you did nothing.
You ain't got the power to stop the show. Keep going, Clay. Keep going.
Terrible.
But yeah, we got a lot mixed up in this thing. We got dudes lacking morals. We got dudes with morals who, like I said, better yet, we got dudes with morals. I think running into situations with some ladies that's lacking morals, so they don't want the fellas around. So we got a little mixture of stuff going on. I'm gonna take that shot. I had to take that shot.
We got brothers like Gerald brought up a good point. Some men are raised the right way. Some people don't have people in their life to teach them. So they're learning just by life, you know what I mean? By default, through error and trials and error. So I want to shout out Mr. Gerald B for coming on the show and definitely dropping that gem and sharing some of his wisdom with us. So we definitely want to make sure we shout that out. And I appreciate that, bro. I want to give you your roses while you're out here on the show, bro. You know what I mean? We appreciate that.
So I got a question for Gerald, though. I'm not done yet. So Gerald, I got a question for you.
Little feedback, Quay. Little feedback.
I think that's coming from Gerald's side. Hey Gerald, you got a little feedback? So yeah, you got a little feedback coming. So I'm gonna ask you this question, then I'll let you respond. So we don't get the feedback. So question to you, Gerald. I know you spoke about fellas and how they were raised, the morals, the standards that they were raised with, and that kind of plays out in their lives today, right? So we got fellas still holding doors, fellas still walking on the outside of the street, when they're walking down the street with a young lady and so forth, right? So we got some gentlemen out here. I'm gonna put you on the spot with this question, man. Do you think that some of our women have lost sight of some of that training or morals that they were given when they were raised, and now that is causing an issue between the gentleman man and some of these ladies out here who are not kind of essentially playing their part in that situation when you come into the gentleman man who basically was raised with those good standards and morals. Let me unmute you, man. You go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I agree with that somewhat. Yeah. I have to think I have to remember this. I think the black woman is the most disrespected, underestimated. They're on the bottom of the totem pole, so they're fighting all the time to be noticed. Whereas other race of women, they have this certain sense of entitlement that the black woman, when she steps up to get it, she's looked at as aggressive or not submissive, you know, in relationships or marriages or however it goes, you know. It's that's a good question. That's a good question, Wacy. you kind of got me. You kind of got me thinking about that.
And that's it. That's the whole purpose of the show, for us to look in the mirror and have questions like this to make us think. You know what I mean? So that way we can do better. Because I mean, we know we have problems. Period. How do we start getting to solutions? Ladies, what can we do better? How can we cover you better? How can we show up for you better? How can we love you better? How can we be the men that we need to be better for you, exclusively for the right reasons, not for you to try to take advantage of, disrespect, use, or whatever else, but how can we show up? How can we get to the solutions to create differences that you guys want?
Right. Yeah, let me just loop back to Gerald real quick just to make sure. I got to mute him so we don't get that feedback. Was you all set, Gerald?
Yeah, you know, it can really be the fact that as Black men, you know, I mean, we just really, I mean, throughout time, you know, we've been unavailable. You know, I mean, we've truly been unavailable. I mean, that's it. I mean, to be truthful about it, you know, I've been that Black man that has not been available for my woman, you know, because I know that behind like a preconceived mind or mindset, you know, or just feeling like, you know, what is it worth? You know, is it gonna be worth it? You know, there's a whole lot that goes into that plays into that, man. You know, that's a really good question, man. I got to think about that a little bit. Thank you.
It's all good, man. Appreciate it, man. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, man, but hold on, let me real quick. Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, man. I just wanted to put the question out there since you had touched on, you know, how a lot of these fellas was raised and that morals. And I said, I think that goes hand in hand. You know, we have these generations of us that have been raised and we were taught certain things, right? You know, manners, you know, being polite, how you spoke to adults, how you spoke to women, how you spoke to men. And it just seems in this current day and age, which is why I say we're out of sync with each other as the Black man and the Black woman. A lot of that stuff to me has been lost. So, you know, folks speaking to each other, you know, there's all this disrespect looped into the verbiage between the, you know, men and women nowadays. You know, we don't engage with elders, you know, like we used to. You know, it's the way we talk to them or what we call them. You know, all those things have been changed. We've just let so many things go. And even down to a situation where a brother can come along and say, hey, you know, sis, do you need some help? And he might catch some attitude, or he might catch some, you know, no, I don't need your help. I got it. You know, and like I said, so many things that have changed in this current day. And then too, you know, flip side of that, you know, a brother can see a lady struggling, you know, see her, you know, up on her tippy toes trying to get something off the top shelf at the grocery store, and he'd just keep walking by. You know, like it wasn't going to take him 2 seconds to grab that little can of beans real quick, help sis out and be on his way. You know, so there's just so many things that I feel like have been lost from what a lot of us, you know, were taught. And I just think when you just enter, you know, all of those things are interwoven into this whole situation to where, you know, now we have this blatant disrespect or lack of it for that matter. You know, and so forth. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were good, man. Let me swing over to C Prince. I know you want to get some off his chest. Go ahead, C Prince.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this off my chest for real. Now, I don't think it's disrespect in a sense. And hear me out. If you call yourself disrespectful things time and time again, and then you become these things, how is it disrespectful?
Wait, everybody looked at you like you was crazy when you said it. Everybody here, what did he just say?
You heard what I just said.
No, repeat it, please. I actually didn't.
I said.
Harold looked up. Even Harold looked like, hold the hell up.
Listen, I'm just asking. If you call yourself disrespectful things, right, time and time again, and you become these things, how is it disrespectful? So what I'm saying is, if a man calls himself out his name, His name is like Charles, but you call yourself a nigga. If your name,
so
you start calling yourself name and you become these things, how is it disrespectful?
Okay, so the two are not mutually exclusive. So let me just break it down like this. So just because a woman might be walking down the street with a skirt all the way up her behind, some high heels, and a halter top. Now, don't get me wrong. Should she be in that? Well, that's debatable. Okay, that's debatable. But just because she walking down the street in that does not give you a license to now disrespect that woman. Okay, they're not mutually exclusive. Okay, I might feel a certain type of way about the way she dressed. I might think she shouldn't be dressed like that. Maybe that is my personal opinion. But once again, that is my personal opinion. But does that give you the license to then say something derogatory to this woman? And it's okay for you to say something derogatory to her because you feel like she's dressed inappropriately. So it warrants you being disrespectful to her. That's the same. That's to me that it's like saying it's similar. It's very similar what you're saying. So because I might call myself, which I don't, by the way, because I might call myself a B, which I don't agree with that, but some women do that, right? Some women be like, oh, that's my B, that's my B, all this and all that. Like, I don't do that, but some women do. So you saying that because women might refer to themselves as something like that, then that means that when a man said to them, then how can they feel disrespected when they walking around disrespecting themselves, right? I hear what you're saying. This is not me saying it's right or wrong. It's just simply saying because I'm saying that to my friend, she's saying that to me, which this is not a license. This is not a mark of approval. But if they doing that, that does not necessarily mean that a man, some random dude, should be walking up to her, calling her out her name because of why. He don't know that woman. Why is he doing that? Why do he feel like he should approach that woman disrespectfully like that?
What I'm saying is, if she calls herself that name, and the man hears her call herself the name, and he addressed her as such, then he call her by her name?
Stop it. See, Prince, this don't know her. You need to stop before you read. You need to stop before you read.
I'm asking.
Stop it.
If you call yourself a certain name all the time, it's like dudes be like, I'm that real me, and then they do some ignorant stuff. They are that real, you know what I'm saying? You don't think so? If you call yourself certain, you become it. Understand this. These kids are calling themselves, they could call themselves out their names before they call themselves their name. Look at these kids talk to each other. These young children, they'll call themselves out their name. Go out there and listen to these young kids talk. You hear all kinds of cuss words, all kinds of adult conversation. They don't call themselves their names.
See, Prince, you
they grow up. I ain't reaching.
No.
Okay. Check this out. Check this out.
This nigga got me.
No. Check this out. If a person's driven, and he say, "I'm gonna be a basketball player or a football player," and he succeeded that, we call him driven. He's driven. He called himself a basketball player at an early age or an athlete. You know what I'm saying? If they say, or a doctor or something, they say, "I'm gonna be this," and they succeed and they do this. We applaud that. You know what I'm saying? Wait. Hold on, listen to this. Because they already gave themselves the title.
Like this, Dad?
Wait.
Huh?
Look.
So wait, you saying that?
No.
So basically, that's almost like saying manifestation, which I also don't agree with. But so you saying that a person can manifest they disrespect against themselves? So you saying I don't even understand where we're going with this. Like,
what I'm saying is
mute. We're going back to
no.
I don't get it.
I believe this. A person will allow people to, if you want to disrespect somebody like this, like I don't go out there and disrespect people. You know what I'm saying? Because I was taught right. You know what I'm saying? I took the morals I took from home. You know what I'm saying? But if a person disrespects themselves, they're more likely to invite disrespect to themselves. Because guess what? When I walk into a room, people approach me different. Look, I'm telling you, they approach me different. They give me my respect and they talk to me because the way I carry myself. They might, like I said, you don't have to like me, but you will respect me. And if you call me out my name or something like that, I'm gonna stop it right there and we're gonna have this conversation. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I get that. So, but if you carry yourself in a disrespectful manner and you don't know how to articulate yourself, and then you try to tell somebody respectful and you disrespectful yourself, how you gonna get that respect?
Now, I get that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so now I get what you're saying there, C Prince. So that's, to me, that's slightly different, right? So you are more talking about your brand, right? So your brand that you carry basically commands respect, right? So you set the tone and command respect. My only issue is the point that you made at the beginning of that. It reminds me so much of the black on black crime discussion, right? Because it turns into, if you disrespect yourself, go ahead, man.
I said he reaching.
Yeah, he reaching a little bit, because it comes off like if you disrespect yourself, then it shouldn't be no problem if somebody disrespect you. And see, that's that whole black on black crime thing, right? So it's like you can't expect, somebody to not be killing your people because y'all killing each other. Like I just got a problem with that. And like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, you making valid points, right? So do we have situations where black men and black women are walking around disrespecting themselves? Yes, we do. Yeah, we got brothers calling each other the N-word. We got sisters over here giggling while they calling each other the B-word. I don't know when that mess became funny. I don't know when it became cool. It still ain't in my book. I can't speak for y'all, but it ain't cool in my book. Right? So we need to let that go. I'm just gonna do a PSA to everybody watching the show. Ladies, stop calling your friends the B word. It's not a good look. It ain't cute. And to the fellas, stop calling your bro the N word. It ain't cool. It ain't cute. So we need to let that go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just PSA that right now.
I'm gonna go.
But yeah, Prince, you reaching over there, Prince.
No, I'm
reaching
gonna say it like this. I'm gonna ask you, King, and Gerald. I'm gonna ask y'all this. Y'all been out on a date with a woman, right?
Okay.
Y'all sitting there talking and stuff like this, and all of a sudden you ask her some questions, you're gonna like, and then guess what? She like, oh, don't play me like that. I'm not real. You know what I'm saying? Don't play me like that. I'm not real. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? They start disrespecting themselves. You didn't even call them out their name, but then all of a sudden they're real people, and all of a sudden, and women, y'all been with men on a date, and he'd be like, yeah, I'm not real nigga. I'm from that street from here. I'm here. And they try to impress you with their street cred. And I'm telling you, understand this. It works both ways. I'm just saying, when we start disrespecting ourselves, you don't think so?
Prince, that's a reach though. See, that's what I'm saying. So what kind of chicks you taking out?
Exactly, because those type of females and dudes with the right type of behavior, they're not even gonna entertain that. So why are you giving such a poor example, or why are you saying that this type of behavior is a general behavior amongst men and women? It is not.
Listen, I'm saying, listen to this. Cute. Money. I don't know if y'all go out to clubs or something. I don't know.
And that's probably the problem. What clubs are you going to?
Ray's Boom, the Sugar Shack, the Hole in the Wall. You.
Los, go ahead, man. We got a couple minutes, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and say what y'all want to say. We got a couple minutes, man. He reaching.
Like saying, if I slap myself, Quay, you got the right to slap me too, because I slapped myself first.
Exactly.
No, that is ignorant. And first of all, even if a woman did want to refer to herself as that, I'm man enough not to refer to her as that. Because I got my own morals. So just because you want to disrespect you, I can correct you with love. No, sis, you shouldn't even address yourself that way. You shouldn't even come up. Matter of fact, but if that's what you want to do and that's how you feel, I need to remove myself from the situation. Why would I follow back? You right. You surely is a bitch. What? What?
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying what you're basically saying is if someone calls himself that, then we have the right to call him that or refer to him that or market him as that. Their brand is that. No.
I said if they disrespect themselves, how they gonna command respect? If they disrespect themselves, that's my point. If you disrespect yourself and then all of a sudden say you want respect, that's a moron.
You're a woman. I respect you enough because you're a woman to walk away and put myself in a better situation because I respect myself.
I didn't say that was wrong. But I'm
saying, so C Prince, okay. So like I said, I'm not disagreeing with you. So that I'm sure, that situation does exist, right? But I think that is I'm gonna say a minority group of women. I'll just say that, or at least better yet, I'm gonna say that's probably not the type of women that the fellas on this panel is engaging with, right? So we'll leave it at that. But I'm not gonna say that doesn't exist, right?
No.
So I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna correct you out of love. No, bro. No, bro. No, bro. Love you, bro.
I'm good with listen.
So where are we going? Mute, see Prince. Mute him for life. Where we are going back to this. Chloe, Tristina, Mama, if you're there, how can we do better when it comes to y'all? Because there's a lot of times that dudes be capping on social media, online, disrespecting Black women, calling them out their name, pushing a narrative about y'all. I know that we need to step up to the plate and say, no, that ain't cool, that ain't right. You shouldn't, you know what I mean? There are certain things and principles that we do need to lay down as men because we walked away from that. Some of y'all hardness or some of y'all femininity has been robbed from y'all because we ain't there to do the part where y'all get to be feminine. Some of it is systemic oppression. Some of it is designed for us to have the conversations like this right here to divide us. That's why they can take off their sheets, go back home and be in their comfortable homes because they don't have to worry about us anymore because we're doing it to ourselves. Some of the music is ridiculously disrespectful, but yet guess what? We singing it, we song it, you know what I'm saying? We're speaking life and death. If there's life, if that is true, if life and death in what we speak is true, then what the heck are we saying? What type of curses are we speaking over each other? What type of death are we speaking over each other? Why are we even going that route? When are we getting back to choosing life and love and speaking that over us? Why can't you correct someone out of love? Why do you have to stoop to that level, forget who you are, lower your boundaries, no longer be the person that you was raised to be, to speak to that person and correct them in love? What happened to that? What happened to showing love? Like, nah, we better than that, sis. You better than that, queen, blah, blah, blah. And you ain't even got to be trying to get the draws, panties, holler, or whatever else. What just happened to correction out of love? What happened to neighborhoods raising each other? What happened to us being responsible for each other? Because at the end of the day, we swear we won't change. How the heck we won't change, but we don't want to love on each other? How we won't change, but we don't want no unity? How we won't change, but we don't want to talk to each other right? We capping. And we got to stop capping and we got to get back to loving each other, man. Y'all killing me, man. Y'all talking about I should be able to disrespect. Come on, see Prince. That mute.
I did not say we.
Mute. Thank you, Quay.
Oh man, y'all tripping, man.
Talk again, see Prince, until we close the show.
Chloe, help me out. I didn't say that.
All right, man. We about at that time, man. We're gonna get into these closing statements. So we're gonna close like this. This question to the
buzzer, Quay, before he speak. Man, give him the buzzer before he go. Go ahead, Prince.
So no, we're gonna close like this. We're gonna go hit the ladies up first, and just ask the question of, just from y'all perspective and what y'all have seen, how can the fellas help? How can the fellas empower y'all in this situation, right? We understand we a little out of sync, folks, fellas are trying to get back to playing their positions how they're supposed to. We got women trying to get back to playing their positions. So we got some change going on. It's slow, but we got some change going on. How can the fellas, just from what y'all have seen and what y'all feel, how can the fellas empower y'all and help y'all to move forward? We start with Chloe, we work our way around. Go ahead, Chloe.
I think it goes back to when we were having a conversation about men stepping into their roles as leaders. Men, you are the leaders. You are supposed to be our covering. And I think that you need to stop waiting for us to give you the permission to do that. You don't need our permission. That's the point. You are the leaders. Now, of course, you lead with love and grace, but you are to lead us. And we need that. When that is missing, when that's missing in the order, there's disorder. So we need you guys to do that. And in this instance, we need you guys to step in and be our protectors. Maybe sometimes we don't know how to say we need your help. Maybe sometimes we're too embarrassed to say we need your help. We just want you guys to help us. We do want your help. We're like any other woman. We're like white women and Asian women and any other woman. We want your help just as much as they do. We still need your help just as much. We don't need you guys to buy into the stereotypes. We need you guys to understand why you might see a Black woman with a tough exterior. You guys, more than anybody, should understand where that's coming from and why we feel we need it. We shouldn't have to have that tough exterior with you guys, though. When we come to you, we should be able to be vulnerable. We should be able to be exposed, or whatever word C Prince feel comfortable using. We should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And feel safe, when we come to you with that. And it's really making us feel safe. You guys really could do, and I'm speaking in general, I'm not speaking for every Black man, but you guys could really do a better job overall making Black women feel safe in your presence and feel safe around you. Because if we don't feel safe around you, then we're gonna feel like we need to keep our heckles up because I might have to throw for this one. He might not be able to throw. I might have to be the one. I might have to defend both of us. Like, just being honest. That's my perspective.
All right, I appreciate that. We're gonna go down to Nicole down here. Nicole, how can we help y'all? How can we empower? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Definitely a lot with what Chloe said, but yeah, providing a safe space and an open space for us to feel vulnerable. That starts with them understanding that and them knowing how to create that space. If you don't, do not expect us to ask you for help. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Hit the button.
That's my 2 cents.
All right, now we appreciate it. Shirley Ann, you still with us or did we lose you?
Give her the buzzer.
Yeah, I can't tell if she's still there. Shirley Ann, you still there? We might have lost her. All right, go ahead, C Prince. We're gonna go ahead, C Prince. We're gonna hit Gerald, and we'll get ready to do it. Go ahead, C Prince. You want to say anything in closing, man?
Gerald go first because he's the guest. It's his first day on the show.
Okay, my bad. Hold on. Let me unmute Gerald. Hold on. Hey, Gerald, I'm gonna unmute you, man. We just saying anything in closing that you want to say, man. Any closing statements? We were about to get ready to wrap, so let me unmute you. You can go ahead, man. Oh, you gotta unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Gerald. All right, there you go.
Nothing. I enjoyed this. This was it was really good. I think that if we can just remember how important it is to just to show love, regardless of what happens, we just got to remember that love is the most powerful force here on earth. And love is perfect. It is we who mess love up. So
wait. Hey, Gerald, say that one more time for the people in the back of the church.
I said love is perfect. God made love. So, it's perfect. Just the way it is. It is we who are not perfect and we mess love up.
There it is.
Round of applause with that, Quay. Give him a round of applause, Quay.
All right, no, we appreciate that, Gerald. Appreciate you joining us tonight, man. Definitely come check us back out again. We do this every Thursday night, man. Oh, Gerald, look at it. Gerald getting the love. Hey, the kid minister said that's big, Gerald.
Big Gerald. Watch out. Hey, Gerald, question. Would you be willing to come back to the show, bring some friends, any topics you want to talk about? You can message me and Quay, but, we want to know how you felt. Were you comfortable on the show? Did you feel at home? You know what I'm saying? Did you feel like you could give your opinion, and would you invite more people to come to the next one?
Okay, he said for sure. All right, cool, man. We appreciate it, man. Go ahead, C Prince. Final statements, man. Final statements.
Give him the buzzer, Quay. Give him the buzzer.
Go ahead, C Prince.
Okay, I'm gonna say like this. I think that I'm not saying that men have the right to disrespect women. Let's get this clear. I never said that. I said is what you call yourself. You know what I'm saying? Become yourself. You think about it. The first thing when you was born, they named you. They gave you your name. You see what I'm saying? What to call you by and what you answer to. But when you stop calling yourself by your name and answer to other things, do you become them things? You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
that's a little poetic.
I'm not saying disrespect nobody. I'm saying if you call yourself by these names, you disrespect yourself first before anybody else disrespected you. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, hold on. See, Prince, I got a question. I got to ask you this now.
Hey, he
So
cleaned
I'm
that
gonna
up. Time to clean that up real good, Quay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the scenario. I need to see what he gonna say. All right, see, Prince. So me and you, we go into a little liquor store, man. We see a sister at the liquor store. You know, the little Arab American owner.
Mm-hmm.
What she look
He
like?
says some old slick stuff to the sister. What's your response, man? What you doing in that situation?
Like slick, I don't know the relationship at first, so I gotta watch. If they know, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't just step into somebody's stuff and not knowing that they got a relationship.
I got
you. If her reaction is like, this is an unwarranted act and stuff, I'm gonna say, hey man, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Do you know her? I might ask him these things. He said, you need to apologize. I do it all the time. You see what I'm saying? This is not this. Oh, I do it all the time. I put people out my house for disrespecting people for real. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand people's relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So if they got this relationship, I can't interfere in that.
So can I suggest as a woman that you not say anything? But if you do want to know the relationship, then I agree with you asking, like, oh, do you know him?
Yeah,
and
I do.
And then if she be like, no, then you be like, oh, dude, don't talk to her like that, man. Or whatever
I
you
do that.
say. But don't not say anything because you like, I don't know if I should get in between, because it's that second guessing and that hesitation. I'm not saying you, I'm speaking in general. It's that second guessing and that hesitation that sometimes Black women, we feel like we don't do that. Like if you go into a situation and you see a dude talking slick, you know what I'm saying? Because the Mexican American gentleman, when you talking to his Mexican American woman, is not going to be like, oh, let me find out if she knows him before I say something. No, he's just going to say something because he don't like it. Okay? So
Now,
Black man, while you trying to be so Black man, I'm going to finish my thought. Black man, while you trying to be so respectful and so politically correct, Black women are saying, please protect us. Don't overthink it. Don't second guess it. Don't hesitate. If you feel like that, if you heard it in your head and it didn't sound right to you, it probably ain't sound right to her either. So just say something.
You said his woman. So he know you're not gonna talk to my woman anyway. You said his woman. Yes, he's gonna respond. But a woman that's not yours.
No.
You know, yeah, you did. You said the Mexican man is his woman.
I never said
woman, did she not?
No, I did not, Pussy Prince. I said a Mexican American man. If he hears, I never said his. I said if he hears you try to talk to a Mexican American woman, I didn't say his. Obviously, if it's his woman, yes. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he's in the vicinity, if y'all walk in the grocery store and she's in there shopping, and you decide you gonna holler at her, and he anywhere in the vicinity, and he don't like that, he gonna say something. She don't have to be his friend, his cousin, his sister, his tax preparer, or nothing like that. He gonna speak because he don't like it. And he not gonna let no Black man talk to his Mexican American woman.
That's
if
racist.
His woman, because I'm talking about his as in his community. Don't get lost in the sauce. In his community, I'm talking about in his community. He's not. What I'm saying is, this is my point, and I made this earlier in the show. Black men, while y'all trying to be so politically correct and worrying about how a woman might feel, like you're missing the opportunity to protect Black women because you're thinking about all of these things. You thinking about, what if he know her? You thinking about, well, what if she might like him? Or you thinking about all of these things. And I'm not saying as a Black man, you don't have to move different in this world. I'm not saying that. I acknowledge that. But at the same time, this is about protecting Black women. And you have to decide as a man what principles you stand on. So if you're around a Black woman and a man says something disrespectful to her, what principle do you stand on? It's not about if she know that man. If you feel like he said something disrespectful to her, it was disrespectful, period. It was disrespectful, period. Period.
Listen.
So are you okay with her being disrespected, regardless if it was her friend? You okay with a black woman being disrespected? You okay with that? You have to decide what's your morals? Like what's your belief system? Who are you?
Listen, this is what I believe. And I'm gonna tell you like this. This is where we have a disconnect. With black women, they go out there and they present themselves in a certain way and they build relationships a certain way with whoever and what. You know what I'm saying? It's how you present yourself. Like I said, if they have a relationship and they call each other out each other's name, that's their relationship. Even if it offends me, that's their relationship. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like this. Am I cool with it? No, because I don't think nobody should call themselves out their name. I never taught my kids to call anybody out their name. You see what I'm saying? But if their relationship is built off of disrespect and if they love it or they like it, I love it. It's their relationship.
I'm just gonna say this and I'll be done with it. I'm just gonna say this and I'll be done with it.
Yeah.
This is literally what we were saying. You asked me, what do we need? I told you. This is literally what I'm saying. Black man, receive what I'm telling you. I literally told you what black women want to see. I literally am saying, you said y'all literal, look, y'all want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I feel comfortable speaking on behalf of black women right now. If you are somewhere with a black woman while you spending you ABC, well, is it they in a relationship? Are they cool? How often does she come in the stall? Cause see, like I don't know, and like I don't know, and it's like all of that time, all of that you back and forth in your mind about should I say something? Should I say something? Should I say something? At the end of the day, protect black women. Do I have to add at all costs? Is that where we at? Like protect black women. Black women want to be protected. We want to be protected. I'm just gonna drop this and then I don't really want to. Because I'm answering a question. I'm answering a question, and I'm literally saying, yes, you should say something. Like we want you to say something. I'm literally saying, yes, please say something. This is me as a black woman saying, please, black man, if you in the store, say something. Like. I'm saying say something. I'm saying please don't run through 11,000 questions and reasonings. Say something. Speak up for us because we want you to do that. This is what I'm saying. Stop rationalizing it. Stop, making excuses for it. We're saying we want you to speak up for us. Now, is there going to be some times where you might say something and maybe they might be like, we need you to say nothing. But even if it gets to the point where you ask a question first, like, oh, y'all must know each other. And if she be like, nah, I don't know him, then you already know, boom, now I really got to say something. But it's like, while you running through 11 questions, she's not being protected. So it's like, just say something.
I didn't say that. I said if they had a personal relationship. If they don't, I'm going to say something. I don't know their relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if I get in it's just almost being like in a domestic violence situation. You walk in and you protect and you end up, you got to understand the situation that you go into before you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they could know each other for 20 years and that's what they do. And I walk in and I say something. Now both of them jumping on me because I don't know their relationship. I don't understand their relationship. Now, if a woman, like I said, I've been in bars, I've been in situations when a woman didn't know, and I stood up for this woman. You see what I'm saying? It's different situations. If they have a personal relationship built off of disrespect, how can I come in between that? That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, black women. I tried.
Okay, no, we gotta keep going. I understand what y'all saying. We at that time. Go ahead, Los. We gotta close, man. Go ahead, do your thing.
You up? I got you after you.
Yeah. No, I just want to say this, man. Let's say, fellas, just based on the show tonight, I think we have a better idea of what we need to do. Let's say take that information and go apply it. I'm gonna keep it nice and simple like that. Go ahead, Los.
I'm gonna say this on both sides of the argument. I understand both sides of your point, but at the same time, we did ask the ladies, "What do you want?" And Chloe gave what she would like. So we have a choice to honor that or not honor that. I do understand the scenario, Charles, where sometimes you do have women that'll pop off that'll be in situations and everything else that'll set up things. I understand where you're coming from that perspective. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's not what the show about. The show is about, ladies, what do you want? And how can you feel more protected? And so when they're telling us, instead of debating back and forth, not, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is, we need to be better listeners. Because we can't ask for something, then get an answer, and then don't want to accept the answer. Because then the real question is, why do we ask the question? Do we really want the information, or do we want to just make them feel good by trying to say something? Because they're saying, hey, I would like for you to do this. This would make me feel more protected. I would like this, this, and this. And it's our job to go back, analyze, pray on it, and learn how to execute how we're asking them that they need to feel more protected. So that way we can stop robbing them of the femininity. That way we can start getting the structure back. That way they can be more vulnerable in situations to provide us with answers that we ask. Because a lot of times there's miscommunication. Miscommunication is, well, I didn't feel vulnerable enough to tell you. You didn't create the space for me to feel vulnerable enough to tell you this, right? And so because I couldn't tell you this, I wouldn't tell somebody else. And I felt like that this person was more tender, more kind, or they filled the void because I felt like I couldn't come to you with this information, right? And do we get pissed off about that? Yeah, but at the same time, we got to be accountable for the environments that we create for women to tell us, especially if we say, hey, what do you want? How can we protect you more? What is it that I'm doing wrong? So instead of arguing about it, it might be something in our blind spot, and it goes back to the show topic. We might need to go look in the mirror and say, I did ask a question of what do you want? Did I receive that? Or did I debate that? Was I open to that? Did I create the space for that? Because even on the show right now, did we really create a space for women to be vulnerable enough to tell us our truth if we arguing back and forth with them when they give us the truth? You know, and that's emotional versus logical. And so where she was being emotionally vulnerable, I don't think that we gave the correct space where they could be able to share. And this might be one of the reasons why they don't want to share. Now, I'm guilty of it too, because I'm like, well, how can I fix it? What is this? Da-da-da-da. I'm so quick to want to fix something when I wasn't emotionally there in the right place just to be tender enough. Wow, that's what you wanted? That's all it was? Bet, I got you. I can do that in the next situation. Then actually do that. And then actually, after we do it, we can hold them accountable. You see what I'm saying? It's a ping pong thing. You know what I mean? Now that we caught that emotional ball and now we answered that question, now it's on them. Who will you be now that I stepped up to the plate? Who will you be? Will you be the woman that you claim that you are? Because I did what you needed me to do. So now let's see what you're going to do. You know what I mean? And this is how we create a new chain reaction. And this is how we create opportunities to vibrate on a different level. Because if we keep listening the same way we've been listening, we're going to keep getting the same results. And that is the insane part about it. We can't ask for an answer and then not go do it. So the same way they want to test us, okay, got you back. Watch that. Hey, babe, can I take you to the side real quick? Remember that time when you said that this is what you needed me to do? And I did this, but yet you still reacting this way. So is that what you really wanted? Or are you just capping and just throwing things out there? Because I stepped up as a man and I was giving you the things that of your heart's desire to feel protected and vulnerable, but you still acting up. You're still not doing your part. Now we get a chance to hold them accountable, but you can't hold nobody accountable until we're accountable. If we're going to be the leaders, if we're going to be the head, if we're going to be the ones going first, if we're going to be the example, then let's be the example and set the example and then hold them accountable afterwards. So I appreciate you, Chloe, for being vulnerable enough to say that. I appreciate you, Nicole, for being not falling asleep on the show and being vulnerable. Mom, I know you over there snoring, but I love you anyway. Mr. Gerald, we appreciate you coming out here, man. Man, come back, big dog. I mean, everyone's welcome. Any race, any color, short, high, tall, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever community they're part of, whatever letter they identify with. Everyone is welcome. We want more people, more topics, more relationships, more conversations, more ideas, because at the end of the day, iron sharpens iron, and we all grow from each other's experiences. Nobody, not one person on this show got all the answers. Period. We barely got any answers except for our own perspectives. So the more perspectives we get, the better. The more perspectives we get, the more tools we have to paint a better picture. Let me say that one more time. The more perspectives that we get, the better picture we can paint, because we have more colors in our arsenal to paint with and to learn from and to grow and to heal. And I think by opening up a platform like this is how we show love. We show love by wanting to hear your voice. We show love by wanting to listen. We show love by having a show like this. That's why I honor my boy Quay the way I honor him. And I love his first lady. You know what I'm saying? I love Charles. I love Nicole. I love you, Mr. Gerald, for coming on the show and being vulnerable enough to say what you had to say, because you dropped a fire gem. You know what I mean? And someone who you don't know needed that. You know what I mean? None of us have to be the flame, but we all can be a different spark to a different audience, because we all have different personalities that might be able to relate to what we're saying, that might touch their lives to heal them, so that way they can continue being forward. So we love you guys. This is our show. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, bring a friend, and we're going to keep having juicy topics. And don't let the back and forth when me and Charles and Chloe, we joking. This is all love. This all love. It's all entertainment. I mean, y'all watch reality TV for drama and everything else, so don't get it twisted. This is all love and fun. You know what I mean? But we want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure y'all hit Quasi's inbox up. Make sure y'all hit Chloe up. And make sure y'all tell them happy anniversary. We're celebrating Black love. We're celebrating their love. And that's an amazing accomplishment, especially in a time like this with society, with COVID, with all these different things and all these different obstacles. For somebody to get to another anniversary, for somebody to get to another birthday, whether it be in your family, this is an opportunity for you to say, I'm sorry. I love you. Forgive me. Take advantage of it. Don't wait till somebody's in a casket, bro, to feel this way. Give roses while we got the chance. And that's what we want to do on this show. I love you guys. This is our show. Like, share, and subscribe. Quay, take it away.
So, I said once again, shout out to everybody who's joined us tonight. Shout out to Nakia Middleton in the comments, Jamila Price in the comments. This is once again Look in the Mirror, the conversation. We do this show every Thursday night, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Oh, shout out to Erica Arrington with the comment. We appreciate that, Erica Arrington. Well, shout out to Erica in the comments as well. But yeah, we do this show every Thursday night, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And with go ahead, man.
Gotta shout out my man. Shout out to my beautiful son, King Mayer Martin. You heard me, my little prince is in the building. He's chilling with his pops, and you know what I mean. I just want to shout out my love, my amazing, beautiful baby boy who just turned 9. You know, we had a good time, so the king, you know what I mean.
Happy belated birthday.
For sure.
Right.
For sure. All right, yeah, with that being said, man, catch us every Thursday night. Like I said, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And with that being said, everybody have an awesome night.